My idea is to be basically back testing three assets. So we're going to be back testing NQ, US30, and ES and SPY. So those three are going to be the focus like for these calls. Gonna just do my best to like stay focused throughout the call, because or throughout this, just so that like when it comes to the back recording, it'll be clean. Um, and then obviously, if you got any thoughts or anything, you can, add into for sure. But
Alright.
so let me basically we're gonna do this Monday or Sunday. We're going with Sunday, 10 p.m. And then we're gonna put New York session indicator on, just to indicate when we would actually even be taking the trade. So it's not to play too much of a guessing game. So I'm gonna clear the chart. All right. So it's Sunday night, 10 p.m. Market just had a huge impulse to the upside. I think this was Powell speaking. I think this is FOMC type stuff. Powell speaking, interest rate stuff, whatever. So going into the week, honestly gonna start on the daily or the weekly. Let's look at your all-time highs. All-time high. And then this is a daily low. All right. We had this high that was already taken. Don't really need to mark that. We have this gap that price is operating in on Sunday night, so it could potentially be like a reason to sell the next day. We'll see. Rejecting off of it, going down to the four. Wait, hold up. I'm tripping. Let me do US 32. Or honestly, I'm gonna focus on NQ and then I'm gonna go into US 30. All right. So on NQ, Sunday night here, potential reason to go short. We're operating in like a daily and a 4 hour gap here. We could kind of like reduce it into the 4 hour gap because it's a little bit more precise. And right now it's what? 9 p.m. On the 4 hour, is there anything to kind of pay attention to? Not really. We have a 4 hour high here. Four-hour high. Yo, come on. And then we got this 4 hour low. But in this whole range here, prices in the premium, I think it's also around like close to equilibrium on the daily time frame. Let me see. Yeah, so we're right near equilibrium. All right. On the 1 hour, we got this 1 hour low. So it's a pretty tight range between the 1 hour low and the 4 hour high going into Monday. And I don't know, bro. Like looking at this on Sunday, I don't really think there's anything else for me to really mark up. We have this gap here. We have this previous resistance here. Could now be getting tested as support throughout the week at some point, but it's not really anything for me to, I think, pay too much attention to. 1 hour, we'll just keep going. It's 3 a.m. So we're in London session now. Just trying to see how London session moves. So London session was bearish. Um, me. So London session was bearish. We sweep this 1 hour low. We take this 1 hour low. Turn it gray. And looking at it, okay, so let's say this is, okay, so this is 9 a.m. right here. But let's go back to 8 a.m. Where was the opportunity? We sweep the low, right? We take in the low. This is the 7 o'clock candle. This is the 8 o'clock candle. Rejecting to the downside. Is there any reason to look for longs at this point here? We're in the discount of the range for sure on the on the daily time frame. So if we look here, it's price in discount. Price is in discount, yes. So we're in discount of the range. This potentially would be our reason to go long. So reasons to buy versus sell. So reason to buy, discount of range. I'm really not seeing anything else super strong. I mean, we're operating in like a 1 hour gap, but this is a big ass gap. I'm not really trying to take that into consideration too much because price could just fill the whole thing. We're breaking to we broke to the upside on the 4 hour time frame already. So break of structure to the upside. And then what else could potentially be a reason to go long? We could look at like a 1 hour fib. Probably. Here and see. No, there really isn't much to go off of. Is that a 38.2? Okay. So I do see this. So we have a 38.2. Price is rejecting the 38.2. So 1 hour, 38.2 fib. And let's say our entry is here. Use a 60-point stop. Or even a 50-point stop. Let's see, a 50-point stop. Let's try this out this week for the 50-point stop for NQ. This will be a 1-to-1. I wish I had like live market replay so I could see like in real, like if I could like really like backtrack and see like how slow it was moving or how fast it was moving.
Yeah,
Cause
it just was like the one like you control the pace.
yeah, right. I wish I could like kind of replay it like as if it was a live market.
No.
Because are there any reasons to sell? I mean, we're in a 1 hour downtrend. Reasons to sell. Go to the 4 hour. Nah, nothing too crazy. I mean, like, you know, we have that big 4 hour gap, but price didn't seem to really reject it strongly to the downside. Trying to think of more reasons to sell. There wasn't any news on this day. It was the 25th, I believe. There wasn't any news, I think. Yeah, nah, no news for real.
Mm-hmm.
No news. So I don't really see like even in hindsight any reasons to go short that would have been really nice and strong. Um, Trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. I mean, there's this 1 hour gap right here that we could be waiting to look and see for price to go short off of. Let me. So this is an area to go short off of, but I don't really see any strong reasons to go short besides the fact that we have this 4 hour and daily gap. It might just be an area of indecision for price more than anything as of right now. But let's say we get our entry here. Well, but would I have gotten stopped before 9:30? We got to go down to the 1 minute time frame. It looks like so 9:30. Price is up here. It comes down. I get entered. I would have gotten stopped using a 50-point stop here. Literally at the tick. Like I would have gotten stopped if I used a 50-point stop on NQ. But price ends up going long. It looks like. But yeah, leading up to it, like it would have looked nice. Price impulse to the upside, came back, would have entered me, and then dumped, and it would have taken me out right there. But let's see how the rest of it would have played out. Wow. So I mean, 1 hour would have been reached, and we're just gonna use like the idea of 2 hour trades as like the metric, like 1 to 2s. So would this have gone to 2 hour, or would have this been a break-even trade? Let's see. I mean, it would have been a losing. Okay, so this would have been a winning trade, but it would have been a losing trade. Like it would have ticked me. Like I would have gotten ticked, and then I would have, you know, taken the W, or it would have went to TP. So it's for Monday. Probably only gonna have time to do NQ today, but just trying to start this practice. So Monday, like literally would have gotten without trade to TP. All right. So I mean, it would have been a 1 to 2. Let's see how far I would have ran though. Okay. Damn. It's that 1 to 2 price go. Yeah, damn. Would have gotten cooked. But if somebody stayed, like if you stayed in, definitely would have gotten cooked. But so that's Monday. And then yeah, so Monday would have gotten like clipped up, like you know, this would have pissed me the hell off. But who knows? You know, could have potentially gotten a second entry, if I wanted to. But that's not really something I wanted to do. So, okay, so that's Monday. Monday would have been -1. Monday would have been -1. Tuesday, we'll skip ahead some on the 4 hour time frame to Tuesday. So there was a reason to go short. We did have a bearish London, so let me put that there. But that didn't matter because price ended up going up anyway. Tuesday, 4 hour. Let's get through the rest of Monday. Oh, cause this shit. Let me make it 1 for right now. All right. Okay, so Tuesday 6 a.m. Let me not look too much. I don't want to mess up my bias Tuesday. Okay, so Monday was what it was. It would have been a losing day. Going into Tuesday. What time does London session start? It's 8 p.m., 9, 10, 12, 1. All right, so Monday night would have been looking at the market like, okay, we have this swept, rejecting the 618, so price reached discount of this 1 hour range. So potentially looking at seeing the market go long, seeing price go long. Okay, so start of London is here. What are we looking like? Just consolidation. Bullish now. Still now consolidating again. Okay, so 7 a.m. 8 a.m. Price is staircasing. So let's say here we're looking at a new day. It's now Tuesday. Just swept the low. Right? Just swept the low. Swept the low. Price is staircasing. So it's not really looking like it's trying to make a strong move to the upside. But it kind of just consolidated, honestly. So reasons to buy. The reasons to buy. I mean, we're still in the discount of the range, which is valid from the previous day. I don't really think that there was any news Tuesday, to be quite honest. Yeah, no news Tuesday for real. Okay, so that's discount of the range. Price is staircasing, so I really wouldn't call it a bullish London session. I mean, from where price started, it basically started in the same spot. Price started here in the London session, and going into New York, we're in the same area, so you can't really use that as a frame of reference. We actually did sweep a high here, so we did sweep this high. Going into 9 a.m., I don't know if I'm looking to take any trades. I don't think I took a trade on NQ this day, quite honestly. Looking at the previous day, we do have this 1 hour gap here. That price could reach for potentially and try to go short, but who knows? To me, that isn't like a super strong. I think Key and I were actually looking at this. We were looking at this on Tuesday, and we didn't take shorts off of it. I think Key did later on, but not me. So I don't really see any strong reasons to buy. Let me look on the 4 hour. We hadn't broken any 4 hour structure. We were still in a 1 hour downtrend. Yeah, we were in a 1 hour downtrend. Price hadn't made a clean break. But for buying, I don't really see any other reasons. Then we're in the discount of the range. Yeah. Today this day probably would have been just a no trading day because it's not dumb clear to me. Like, it doesn't seem extremely clear. So it probably would have been better to not take anything, which is what I ended up doing. I didn't take a trade. So yeah. So for sells, we have this 1 hour gap. I don't really see anything, I'm not gonna lie. But let's see. So
Is the future market open on Monday?
I think it might just be like really slow. Like, I think it's a bank holiday.
Yep.
Yeah. So So 948 would have potentially have gotten an entry to go short, but I didn't really see any reasons to go short. This got tapped here to go short this 1 hour gap, but I don't really like it. I feel like trying to force a move. All of this would have just been forcing a move. Let's see. I know price move. You see, yeah, probably would have gotten stopped here. Because if we had taken a short here, let's say we got entered here. I think I was looking at paper trade this idea with the 50-point stop. Let's just call that 50. I mean, we would still be in it, but it wouldn't be looking nice. Probably would have gotten cooked. It would have been in profit at this point. Yeah, this isn't clean. Like this is, yeah, it would have gotten stopped on that. But wasn't really looking to take that anyway because there aren't really any strong reasons to go short. It's really just about that patience, it feels like, because it's like, bro, sometimes you just want to get in a fucking trade. But yeah, nothing clean here. Nothing clean on Tuesday. Trying to go long or short, probably. Trying to go long, you probably would have made a little bit of money. Trying to go short, you would have lost money. But I don't really see any real reasons for me to want to go long this Tuesday. Trading NQ this past Tuesday. So I'm not gonna stress over it. But this would have been a potential trade idea. Just there really weren't any reasons to sell. And then going into it's now London session. Let's go back out Tuesday. No trades. No real reason to buy or sell. All right. Okay, Wednesday. Let me just set that up. Go out to the 4 hour. Seeing that price just took this high, so this is clean right here. Price just took this high, swept this high. Coming back into the range. Going into Wednesday, let's see how London acts throughout this time period. We have this whole gap potentially to fill before going long again on a 4 hour time frame. So let's see. On the 1 hour, London session started here. Oh wait, no, that's 12. Okay, 1, 2. All right. Let's see. Starting off pretty bearish, or kind of bearish and decisive. 7 o'clock. Okay, so it's 8 o'clock now. Okay, we just swept a low. Swept a 1 hour low. I don't know how to feel about this because if we look, we just took a 4 hour high, swept a 1 hour low. Would it be smart to go short? I think looking at it like, okay, let's say price were to provide the opportunity to go short. Before we would do something like this in the 9 a.m. candle, or just move into the downside in the 9 a.m. candle and retracing after. That is for the market to decide. We can't control that. Even quite honestly, seeing if price wanted to just come up here, you know, close this 1 hour gap before going short. Let's list out these reasons. So Wednesday, reasons to buy. I don't see any real reasons to buy if I'm being quite honest. On the 4 hour time frame, I mean, we just filled a 4 hour gap. On a 1 hour time frame, I do see reasons to sell, and on the 4 hour time frame. So we can sell. We have, you know, 4 hour high swept. Break of structure to the downside on the 1 hour. Is it really a break of structure? No, but price is making moves to eventually, I think, possibly go short in this period of time. But I honestly forgot what happened this day. Was there news? I believe there was news on Wednesday. Nope, no news. So looking at it, okay, 4 hour high swept. We're in basically equilibrium. Like this is the worst place to fucking be in because it's like it's just indecision all throughout here, as you guys can see. Like it's just straight indecision. To me, that's not clean at all. That's not really any clean price action. Let me delete this fib. It's not really any clean price action that's happening in the middle of the range because it's just prices. It's priced fairly, so ain't nobody worried about it. I mean, there's this 1 hour gap. I think there's too many reasons to go short and long to make an educated choice or to make a choice that, I feel convicted and filled with conviction just because of how sideways it was throughout all of London. So I'm not pressed to take a trade this day, Wednesday. Let's say we go short here. That's a possibility, right? If price wants to pull back all the way up there, just say this is 50. And this right here would be 50 basically. All right, so let's see. Price moved to the downside without getting the entry. So maybe the entry was somewhere sitting in here. 930. Price came up and would have gotten the entry to go short. So this was the entry right here. So this is the entry to go short. All right. On a 1 minute time frame, would have gotten entered not at 930, right around 935. Would have gotten entered on it. Would have gotten entered at 935. So this trade is valid right here. So 4 hour high. So I don't think I really even would have wanted to take this though. Anyway, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like this would have been a break even trade. 1 hour would have been reached right here. Let's see if it would have been break even. Alright, and then let's see, this would have been a 2 hour trade or not. Alright, so I don't really see anything too strong. Let me just so I don't see anything too strong here, quite honestly. Would this have been would have got stopped. This would have been a 1 hour trade too. This week fucking sucks. Yo, this is crazy. Like, this would have been a B trade. Like, if I took this, let's say, B. 1 hour reached. And my thing is like, okay, price impulses to the downside. What's to say like waiting for this entry right here isn't enough? Or like if you set your limit there and it doesn't get, entered, and you just kind of shit out of luck. But in my opinion, that's a better entry. So would we have even taken this? Nah, probably not. Probably not. That probably wouldn't have been the best way to manage risk and take a position. So, this day is probably, just a dub, quite honestly. And then we take, the 4 hour high here. but not the external high, which is the all-time high. Yeah, nah, this is ugly. This is ugly, charts right here. It's not nice right now. I'm not a fan of this movement. Look at that. Indecisive. I don't like that. But nothing we could do about it. Okay. All right. So let's say it is. Now price is taking the high here. Now it going into London. London started here. Okay, so Wednesday would have been. I wouldn't have got it entered on Wednesday because I would have put my entry in like a better position area just to not be risking as much or have a potentially bad entry. That's not what I want. And that's not what I'm not going to settle for that just because let's say the market would have moved in my direction a little bit here and there. That's not what I'm trying to do. So, no trades. Entry would have been missed. All right, going into Thursday. Let me fix that. So if we're going, got our reasons. Not done yet, but so price sweeps a low on the 1 hour time frame at 4 p.m. going into the Asian session. Going into the London session though, it's a bullish London session. So 2, all this bullish momentum, and then 3, and then it just kind of consolidates the rest of London session from 4 to basically 8 o'clock. But we are close to these highs right here, so reasons to buy versus reasons to sell. I mean, reasons to not take a damn trade is where we're still in equilibrium. Like, price is not moving. It's not making any real moves. It's just fairly priced, and it's not really going to do anything around this area to make a move to go somewhere or to a different price point. So that might have just been a reason to just not trade on Thursday, quite honestly, just because it's like, bro, this is not clean. This is not clean. Thursday, reasons to buy. We got a bullish London. Thursdays to buy. We have a bullish London. 1 hour gap fill. And then, yeah, I think that's really it. I mean, we're in a 1 hour uptrend now. So 1 hour uptrend. But I think it's pretty short lived considering like price hasn't moved, hasn't gone beyond like the start of the week. It's like high. Like it's rejecting it consistently. I think that's a reason to not take a trade in this scenario here, quite honestly. Cause this isn't really the best right here. But let's see. I don't really see anything. Price would have went long. Let's say you would have went long here. So you would have went long here. Gray or entry. See on that. When you would have potentially gotten entered 922, 923. Just getting wicked. Potentially could have gotten in at 930 on the dot, but then price, left. So I'm not gonna say that I would have gotten in this, just because I don't know. I really don't know. Probably would have made money, trading that, but it's not very clean to be quite honest. And with where price is at this week, and probably last week, were not the best weeks to even trade in general. So would have been nothing probably again. Just nothing. And then to finish off the week of Friday, nice Friday. So price just keeps taking the high, not closing above Monday's or Sunday's high or Friday's high. Yeah, not even closing above Friday's high of the previous week. Yeah, that's Friday. Yeah, that's crazy. Like price does not want to close above it, holding that level perfectly. Let's see. Let's see. $2 o'clock. Nothing crazy. 10 p.m. Let's go back down to the 1 hour. So like, let's say it's 10 p.m. and I'm looking on the 4 hour chart. This is what it's looking like. I'm not really seeing anything. We are now in premium. Price has finally closed above Friday's high, so I guess that's a good thing. I guess. Beyond that, we have this, this high right here. We have this high. That high right there. And then this 10 o'clock candle is like the previous day's low, which already got swept. What are we looking like? 2 a.m. Let's see how London wants to act. Bearish. Big bearish candle. Big bearish candle. Okay, price is just not really wanting to move to the upside for real. Getting closer and closer to equilibrium. We did have a bearish London. So 7 a.m. Let's get to 8 a.m. See what it's looking like. Okay, so this is 8 a.m. All right. Hourly low. All right, so we know lows have really been swept. Price just broke to the upside on like the 15 to 5 minute time frame at this point in time, if that, not even. Just wicked it. I mean, rejected to the downside on the hour. It looks like it's moving up though. So let's say it closes like this. Reasons to buy. Reasons to buy. Reasons to buy. Reasons to buy. I don't really think of any reasons to buy right now, but reasons to sell. We had a bearish London. Premium of the range. Did we have any news come out on Friday? Wednesday. Thursday there was news. There were unemployment claims. And then Thursday was a weird day. Friday, 8:30. Negative news release. Negative news release. So we could be more biased towards shorts. But what time did this news come out? 8:30. So we would have already been seeing this. Premium of the range and then negative news release, right? Reasons to buy, I don't really see any right now if I'm being quite honest, but that's my reasoning. We have this gap here. I'm looking at it like, okay, if price has already operated here, if it breaks to the downside, oh, is this 7 a.m.? Oh, that's 8 a.m. So if price breaks to the downside, we could potentially get an entry to go short and go longer on the short side. But then if we're just retracing right now, we have this 1 hour gap here. That makes sense for price to potentially reach, right? So I would, looking back at it, I would have, bro, these random numbers, bro. Let me put my phone on D&D. Yo, who's this? Don't call my number again, bro. All right. So 200. All right. 200 ticks. 50-point stop, right? 50-point stop. And then this is nice 1-to-1 right here. Oh shit. Nice 1-to-1. Let's see if price would have reached this point and would have given us the sell opportunity, because we're in, we have a bearish London session. We're in the premium of the range, and there's a negative news release. Is there really anything else for me to really be like second guessing? If I take the loss on this, I take the loss. But wow, price just moved. Now let's see, did we get an entry? Let me put a line here for an entry line. The price come back or anything? Yes, so it did at 942. Nice. So at 942, this would have been the entry to take. Crazy. This would have been the entry to take. This would have happened at 942 with a 50-point stop. And price would have flowed to the downside. This would have been a beautiful trade. This would have been the trade of the week. 1R, right? 1R right here. And then 2R. This is 2R. Okay, so this would have been a 2R trade. This would have been a 2R trade. This would have been 1 to 2. This would have been clean right here, just because, like, we wouldn't have gotten stopped here. It would have been in the trade. 1 minute time frame shows that 937, 938. Price is already broken to the downside. And we get an entry here at 942, which is nice. Very nice. And then price just flows. Beautiful. Really like that. I really like that. That's what I like to see. If we're not going to get the entry here and price is just going to dump, then, we take the position, right? Take the position that comes to us. And it's a good position, a really good position. This is honestly a really good setup right here. Probably because we did make our way out of this equilibrium, area. Made our way out, and then we made our way back down. So let's just see how the rest of this plays out. Yeah, this bled. Hey, yo. Yeah, nah, this bled. This would have been like a 3-4 hour trade. Yeah, this would have been close to 4R. Yeah, this would have been a 4-hour trade. Wow, that's wild. So yeah, this would have been crazy. Friday. Come on, y'all. Friday would have been fire. Potentially, +4. And then we have all these reasons listed right here. So I like that. I like this right here, doing it this way, kind of, just because it's like I'm going day by day to see where the opportunities lie. I was gonna kind of have this Notion open to be going back and typing back and forth, but I think just sometimes focusing and getting in a flow of what's going on on the chart is the best way to go. Let me unmute, bro. I don't know how to mute it, but yeah. So this was solid. At least Friday was a solid day. Would have been a solid day. I just didn't trade Friday. Why didn't I trade Friday? I didn't trade Friday, and Friday was the day I didn't show up, and this is what happens. But that's what happens when you don't show up. I mean, just got to be consistent this upcoming week, be solid on it, and this would have been clean. And I definitely would have caught this too, because it definitely gave me enough time to be able to come back and get this. But yeah, this was clean. So for ones of you guys that didn't get on while this was a live call, we're gonna be doing more. This is the first one. It's a little bit jumbled up, but I kind of like doing it like this. Have all these reasons listed here. I'm gonna have it formatted maybe a little bit cleaner next time, but this is a good way to be able to kind of just reset, and look at like, okay, what could have been taken this week? What could have been done? And as you can see, like seeing where the opportunity lies. Like we have negative news release right here, which pushed the market down. It pushed NQ down. I think it might have pushed US 30 up. I don't know, but this would have been real clean. This would have been a really nice clean trade. Um, and yeah, shit, yeah. So I like this. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Thank you guys, for watching. Not even thank you. I hope y'all found something insightful from this, and we're gonna be doing this, again soon. So this was just NQ. Next time, I'm gonna plan ahead and have more time to be doing NQ, US 30, and SPY. Appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully, you guys found something valuable from this. And yeah, we're gonna do this again soon. Peace.